Oh, we done seen a bunch of crazy, creepy videos over these years. But look, man, this video right here is for my black sheep, and you know who you are. Go ahead, smash that like button for us. For the one time, if you think a little bit different, people think you're crazy. You're not crazy. We're in this thing called life together. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for us, type of people that think the way that we think, this world wouldn't be evolving the way that it is, because, you know, a lot of people want the shit to stay the same. But this shit is about evolution, raising our vibrations and getting to these next levels. I love and appreciate y'all on this journey. But look, let's get into this video. Let's get this video to like 20,000 likes so it can reach all the black sheep out here in the world. But look, let's vibe out today. Let's have a good time. Good vibes only.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits.
In every family.
What do I want people to know about me? Can I twist that question? Sure. This is what I want people to know. The whole point of the human race and the human mind in itself is evolution. Whether it's evolution spiritually, physically, period. Evolution. The purpose from birth is creation. That's all humans do. Everything around you was created. You were created. That table over there created, this chair created, this mic created, that camera created, that hat created. The whole point of the human race in itself is creation. Before now, when there was at least ideally the belief of two human beings on earth, everything after that was a creation in itself. The whole point is evolution and creation. If you're not evolving, you're doing something wrong. So anything that takes away the power of your mind is keeping you still and delaying your evolution. The whole point of life is evolution. Study your laws of the universe. The law of attraction, the law of abundance, the law of equivalent exchange. Study your laws, the laws of cause and effect, the karmic cycle. Study your laws. Dwell into your mind, meditate. Understand that you can alter your realms by your train of thought. The minute you slow down your thought, you're able to leave your body through astral projection. You're only enslaved if you can't control your mind. So while you can, and while you don't have the whole world against you, or you don't have a lot of worries, worry on freeing your mind from this realm. When you can free your mind from this realm, everything is but a thought. And if you can't free your mind, then you're a slave to this realm. The whole goal is you live and then you die. You can die plenty times while you're alive. The idea of physical death is completion. You served your purpose and then you went. There really is no rest for the wicked at all. I can't astral project, so I'm going to teach everybody else to do it, to free their minds and their souls. Or I'm going to, at least, if this is what you want to dwell in, which I don't want to dwell in, I'm going to teach you how to at least be happy or create while you're here. But for those of you that seek out power, follow me. That's what I want them to know.
The reason why they wanted him out of here.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people heard about this story before. But what bothers me about this is that it's still unsolved till this day. This lady named Erin Valenti, who was 33 years old, vanished without a trace in October 2019, y'all. Just before she disappeared, she made strange phone calls to her family. They said they had never heard her talk like this. They said she was saying some bizarre shit, talking about this is all a game, we are in the Matrix, and etc. They said her words were so frantic, like she discovered something about our reality or something real terrifying. So days later after she went missing, they found her dead in the back of a rental in a quiet area, y'all. In the back seat, unalived. Until this day, they said it was no foul play. They said it was officially natural causes. But her family says she was perfectly healthy, never spoke about nothing crazy until she went on that trip. So her family thinks something is more sinister with this story. The last thing they said she said was that our reality was a simulation, and that shit still echoes. So it's something she discovered on that trip that we all need to figure out, bruh.
There are 12 laws of the universe, and you may or may not have heard of them, but the difference between the 12 laws of the universe and the religious commandments, let's say the 10 commandments, for example, is that you are bound by one, and the other one, you don't actually have to pay any attention to whatsoever. Of course, that's going to offend some religious people who feel, how dare you blaspheme the Holy Bible and tell us that the 10 commandments are things that we can just do away with. Easy. People do away with them all the time. People do commit murder. People do lie and steal and cheat and adulterate and falsely worship things that are not themselves. And even further is the fact that we actually don't need them to dictate anything in our lives or about our lives, because we are born with the innate nature of understanding that murder is bad, lying is bad, cheating people is bad. However, because in this plane, you have been made to believe that the true source of all that is not within you and is actually of this world and outside of you, you believe that you need a God to tell you how to conduct your soul. Even though your religious text tells you the true source of all that is, if you want to call that God, dwells in you. You are the temple. You believe that you are born evil, and so you go seeking religion. You go seeking the God of this material world, and you even baptize yourself.
How many of y'all think that y'all were born evil? Like, I've never had that thought ever in my life. How many people like really let me know in the comments down below if you came into this reality thinking that thought right there. That's wild to me.
In water, and I'll say rebaptize yourself in water, because you come in the womb baptized in the Holy Spirit in the womb of water, which in your religious text is called the Matrix. Which brings me to my main point, the 12 universal laws of the Matrix, the cosmos, the universe, nature. First law is the most important and the reason why we are here in this plane to begin with, and it is the law of divine oneness, which tells us that everything is not only connected, but everything is the same thing, manifested differently, which is actually substantiated by the religious text, which tells you that you do well to know that God is one. Demons know also and tremble, which is the true meaning of the verse that Christians often misquote to believe that demons tremble at the mention of Jesus' name. Nowhere in their text does it say that. It says that they tremble at oneness. Second law of the universe is the law of vibration, which tells us that all things, inanimate and animate, intangible and intangible, have vibration. And that vibration exists within a specific frequency. Imagine being tuned into a radio station, which is a frequency. When you're turned onto the hip hop and R&B frequency, you're only going to get music or vibrations that match the frequency of the hip hop and R&B station. Meaning in order to get pop, alternative rock, you're going to have to change the station or the frequency. Which brings me to the third law, which is the law of correspondence, which tells you that your external reality is a direct result of your internal thoughts. So in order to align with a specific vibration or frequency, your thoughts have to match it, which is the perfect segue into the fourth law, which is the law of attraction. Likeness attracts likeness. Of course, we have been taught that opposites attract. Lie! To the person who's going to say, well, in physics, we do see that opposites attract. I would say to that person, the difference is that yes, we are electric. However, we are internally electric, meaning that everything that happens in our reality comes inside outside. However, when you're talking about electromagnetism, you're talking about something that endures outside forces. It's outward inward, meaning they are only attracted to each other as a result of a magnetic field. Without those outside forces, it wouldn't look like that. The fifth law is the law of inspired action, which essentially just states that when you are aligned with who you truly are, inspiration will come to you. You don't have to force it. Because again, remember, you are the true source of all that is. You are creative because you create. The sixth law, which is the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, states that everything is fluctuating and growing. Therefore, if it lacks evolvement, change, something is wrong. The seventh law is the law of cause and effect, which states that for every cause, there's obviously an effect. Our thinking creates the cause, and our experiences are the effect. The unironically eighth universal law, and my personal favorite, is the law of compensation, what some people call karma. You reap what you sow. What you give to others shall be given to you. What you withhold from others shall be withheld from you. It is unavoidable. It is a universal law. Which is okay, because the ninth universal law tells us that everything is relative anyway. We perceive the world how we want to. Because the 10th law of the universe tells us that there is a law of polarity, meaning everything in the universe has an opposite, we know that there are vast realities existing. But don't fear, don't fret, don't create anxiety in your thought processes. Flow like water, because that is the 11th law of the universe, which is the law of rhythm. Everything has a nature and a season. You in your life have seasons too. At a collective level, we have seasons. Astrology, which is substantiated by the religious text, which tells you that you should use the sun, the moon, the stars for signs and seasons. Genesis 1. And the final law of the universe, which is equally as important as the first, is that there is a law of gender. And that law is quite contrary to what you've been taught, which is to follow social constructs about femininity and masculinity that are not real because they're constructed, crafted, created. The universal law tells you, however, that life is only in alignment for you when your masculine and feminine identities come together. To exist only in one is to exist as half of yourself. Nothing done halfway can reach completion. Here's the most important nugget of truth for all of those who stayed through this very long video.
It's interesting though.
I previously said that they are bound by the laws of the cosmos, which requires them to tell us the truth. Throughout the course of this very long video, where I have described all 12 of the universal laws, not in a single one did I reveal that they are required to tell us the truth. So let me explain. If they, being the powers that be, tell you the truth, then they believe they get to escape the laws of the universe, that they will avoid the law of compensation. They will avoid karma because they told you. And since they told you, you willed what happened to you. You gave compliance, you agreed, you cooperated in your destruction. They hide the truth in plain sight. They put it in the movies, the TV shows, the entertainment, the sports, the news. They put it in the papers, the books, on social media, and most importantly, they put it in the religious texts because they have to. Unfortunately for them, who are metaphorically deemed the fallen angels and therefore cannot reascend into heaven, aka the height of consciousness, they don't know what we know, which is that unfortunately for them, they did not escape the laws of the universe. Ashe.
Ashe. Well broken down.
Yaki, 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 I thought you were awakened. Why are you taking scriptures literal that were meant to be metaphor, parable, analogy, hyperbole, simile, etc.? The tree of life is your spine. The Garden of Eden is your head. We were kicked out of the garden because, as within, so without, the oil starts in your brain, goes through the neck, leaves the head, leaves the Garden of Eden, and it goes to the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which is down here. We all know that your trachea, your throat, splits into two bronchi, then those bronchi split into bronchioles, bronchos become capillaries. So from here, the tree, the trachea, it splits and branches off and becomes a tree of good and evil. You have a devil here and an angel here, but here is just God. Eden is the Macedonian word for one. Odin is the Norse mythological god. Odin is one in Russian. So Eden and Odin mean one. See, Odin has one eye because he represents oneness, which is basically non-duality. You can call it spirit, but it's source. It's basically love. It's the heart chakra. It spells ether. Earth or all matter comes from the ether. Earth is also a theater. This is why we have a single eye at the top of the pyramid on the back of a dollar bill. It represents pure information, omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence, which is all-knowing, all places, and all-powerful. This is pure information because it doesn't have a form. This is interdimensional, and it's called counter space because it doesn't take up any space. It's the non-Cartesian nexus from which all things come from and return to. Thank you, Ken Willer. It's the dielectric field from which magnetism and electricity become manifest. So the Garden of Eden is the garden of oneness, and we split into two. But the point is, one meaning pure positive, two meaning positive and negative, which is a state of matter. As without, as within, and as above and so below. We start off as light, and that light becomes matter, which is positive and negative, because all atoms are polarized with the north and south pole. The oil starts at your head, goes down to the root, and is supposed to come back up. That's why we're all supposed to go back to the garden. Well, there is a cherubim with a flaming sword swinging in all directions, guarding the Garden of Eden. That is a magnetic field, a flaming sword in all directions. It's a metaphor. It's a magnetic field, an aura, produced by the two hemispheres of the brain when they come together, hemisync. That's why it's called a cherubim holding the sword, because the cherubim that is guarding Eden is the two cerebrum. The two cerebrum hemispheres of the brain are guarding your pineal gland, which is why in the Bible it says Jacob climbed the ladder and he said, I shall call this place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face and I have lived. My life has been preserved. It's literature, not to be taken literal. The Elohim, El means God, but it's also the name of Saturn. Saturn is God. Saturn's called Kronos, and in the Old Testament, where Jesus wasn't mentioned at all until the New Testament, the Old Testament talks about God, Yahweh, and there's a book called the Book of Chronicles. That's because Saturn, Yahweh, is Kronos. Jesus doesn't pop up until the New Testament, which is Kronos' child, who is Zeus, Jesus. Now check this out. The Elohim is all of these gods. When the Bible says that the Elohim made us, it's not these literal gods that made us. The 7 planets are the 7 gods. There's 7 days of the week. Sunday's the sun, Monday's the moon. Martes is Mars, which is Tuesday. Miércoles is Mercury. Viernes is Venus. Jueves is Jupiter, Thursday. And Sábado is Saturn, which is Saturday. 7 days of the week, 7 planets, 7 gods. So those are within you. Those are the 7 chakras. Yes, we are made in God's image. And who are the gods? The 7 planets. Remember what Santos taught us, you guys? The stem of a tree belongs to the sun. The roots belong to Saturn. The thorns, twigs, and bark of a tree belongs to Mars. The fruit belong to Jupiter. Flowers belong to Venus. The leaves belong to the moon. And the seed belongs to Mercury.
Well, he got to understand too as well. Like, Yaki is a herbalist. He's a healer. He's a doctor. He's in to that field, and everybody's in there. See, he's in more. This guy right here is more in the teaching field, as far as everything, you know. But Yaki is more of a healing herbalist, doctor type of vibe, you know. And everybody has their place. Just like me, I ring that bell. I wake people up. I slap you out your damn sleep. Hey, wake up, motherfucker. There's stuff going on in this world, you know what I'm saying? Just to get you thinking, get those juices flowing. Then you lead to people like them, Yaki, and so forth. And then you got other people like some of you that watch these videos. Some of y'all are very talented. You just haven't put your voice out there yet, you know, but your time is coming. Whatever you decide to do with your time and your life here, you know, we in this thing together.
I know you motherfucking lying to me. Is this a chicken? Is this a chicken? Where's in the middle of Dallas? Bruh, what is that? I'm low-key scared of it. Bruh. What is that? It got dreadlocks? Bro, is that a chicken with dreadlocks? Please tell me. Is it looking at me? Hey, friend.
I ain't never seen one.
Y'all, we is at a QT on Forest Lane in Dallas, in the hood. And it's a whole chicken with dreadlocks.
It's a jerk chicken, man. It's a it's a Jamaican chicken. It's a jerk chicken, y'all. Damn. That's what the jerk chicken look like. They don't be really seasoning it like that. All they do is kill this bird right here and cook him up. Make sense to y'all? Y'all tracking?
I like your hair. Look, it's responding. I like your hair. Just don't come over here because I'm low-key scared of you. Yo, what is a chicken doing in the hood in North Dallas? I'm surprised ain't nobody fried you up yet over here. They probably got EBT, so they good. But what in the world is you doing at the gas? What you doing at the QT, sis?
And now the world is seeing
You can
it.
see the
Our
destroyer
IP
on
wrapped
the
in these
horizon
things for
moving
everything.
from left to right. Again, here is the destroyer in a cloud moving from left to right. A highlight is placed on it here. And you can see the stripes in the planet, and you can see that whole entire system moving on the horizon from left to right. Now, we are going to invert it so you can see a darker version of it right there. So you see the planet, it is a rotating ball of fire moving from left to right on the horizon. And you can see the planet and the stars going down, but that is it. So let's put it in its true colors. There is a destroyer on the horizon, and it is waiting for the appointed time. And at that appointed time, there is no pleading with the Most High God then. If you're going to do some pleading, you should be doing that right now. If you're going to try to get your life together, you better do it quickly because time has ran out. This is Wrap the News.
Does anybody else see faces and everything? Because I'm sitting here on this bed and I was just doing some reading. And tell me, y'all don't see this face right here. Do y'all see like a man or a monster?
Oh, I see it.
Telling me to shush? Like,
she got to put the weed down.
The nose, the hand with the finger up by the mouth. Or am I tripping? What the fuck?
You got to put that blunt down. You getting paranoid.
This statue is in St. Louis. You have an obvious beheading. And the blindfold is kind of tattered, so he was obviously held captive for a while. Check his hair. Okay. And his eyes.
And the water running. Is the blood, right?
His eyes are wide open. But they're also hollow. I'll show you why in a second. This little thing that, everybody runs through the water. Bring your babies to run through the water and stuff, right? Symbolizes the blood.
I know it.
Okay. Now, for his eyes, let me show you why his eyes are open. His head is hollow. As you walk into his head, you can see the view. The last thing he saw, which is behind this tree. You can't see it. I'm about to show you what it is. Well, let me show you what it is that he's looking at. Machine's back on. Right across the way, you have the arch. up under the arch is the old courthouse. Tell me something, TikTok. What you think that means? What do you think this means? Let me go ahead and get a picture of a plaque because I need to Google this. I need to look this up. Look this up, y'all. Let me know what you find. I'll tell you what I find.
Today I just reached Louisiana in a certain location, and we're on the lookout for these ancient sites. And as you can see here, these are massive stones that have been here for thousands and thousands of years. If you could imagine, as the scientists said, in the Yucatan Peninsula, an asteroid hit 250 million years ago, that it would have thrown up sediment here. But the scale of these stones are massive, and they go into the ground and up and up and up and up, roughly about 75 to 100 feet. We got a pretty good storm coming in, so we're going to continue this journey at another time, but I just thought I'd share with you some of these findings. And as you can see, these go straight up, way up. And if there were pyramids here thousands of years ago and an asteroid hit in the Yucatan Peninsula, the Gulf of Mexico, it would have covered this place with hundreds of feet of sediment. Massive stones. Huge, massive. I mean, look at this. Look at the tops. Roughly 80 to 90 feet above from the basin of where these stones are at, protruding out of the ground, perfectly cut. Some of them are eroded. And it just goes on and on and on. I'm anxious for the weather to get out of here and clear up so I can get back into these locations. My goodness, perfectly fitted stones. There's no way that these are natural formations. They are perfectly cut stones and placed thousands of years ago. And then you have these capstones on top. Amazing. Amazing. Who would have thought here in central Louisiana? Look at the size and the scale of these stones. Perfectly fitted into place with capstones. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a natural formation. This is an ancient civilization that has not yet been spoken of or discovered. And it goes on and on into the ground, further on down into a bayou. This is the base of the bayou, and as you can look, you have one level capstones, but you have a pyramid type structure. They want to call it mound Indians. I prefer to differ. The mound Indians did not build with these kind of stones. So stay tuned. Today is July 5th, 2024. Join me tomorrow if the weather permits, and we will continue on with our search here in central Louisiana.
And it's a reason why they don't want to, talk about the pyramids here in the United States, and they just want to go to all these other countries and make it seem like they got the pyramids. When we got the oldest pyramids here, y'all. We've been saying this for years, man. It's time some people with some real resources and money, like, get out here and represent who we are. Or are you still afraid?
like that.
It's a step back in time. Aztalan State Park in Jefferson County, roughly between Johnson Creek and Lake Mills. The location is a National Historic Landmark and contains one of Wisconsin's most important archaeological sites, featuring a village in existence between AD 1000 and 1300. Archaeologist and author Bob Birmingham is my personal guide on this trip.
The area is preserved. You know, we still have woods and grasslands and so on. As you can see today, it's quiet. So if you want a delightful afternoon of reflecting on ancient history, this is a great place to do it.
For a long time, the belief was this was an Aztecan society from Central America, hence the name Aztalan. But then it was determined the settlers originated from a place not so far away.
It takes you back 1,000 years to an era that is really less known. So the first city in what is now the United States was not St. Augustine or Boston or Philadelphia. It was established 1,000 years before that. And the city of Cahokia had tens of thousands of people, and they built huge earthen monuments. And they started a civilization, a society that expanded. And one place that it expanded to was southern Wisconsin when they built this town.
Birmingham tells me these indigenous people who eventually settled here built large, flat-top pyramidal mounds. 3 of them remain on this 19-acre site.
The mounds were built to support important people and important building, and to take these buildings and the people up to the principal deity, the sun, because they were the sun people.
There's some people that if you look at them and they make eye contact with you, they will want to kill you, bro. Please take it from me, take it from experience. Why would they want to kill you, you ask? Well, bro, for one, our eyes are different, bro. A chosen one's eyes is different. When we look at people, we can see straight into their soul and they can feel that. Those demons get the stirring up in them and they will automatically think that you know what they do. Like say if a dude is like a trafficker or something like that, right? And he drives by and you happen to look at him, bro, not only are you gonna know that's what he does, but he's gonna know that you know. And bro, next thing you know, you got a whole whirlwind of boo-boo on your hands, bro. And you just gotta stay in prayer and make sure God protecting you. You know what I'm saying? Because, and this is real life, bro. Like, it's really warfare, bro. Like, and it's only warfare due to these dark, demonic, idiotic, ancient spirits, bro, that just meet, bro. I'm not telling you not to look at nobody or nothing like that, but I'm letting you know that this is wisdom just being poured out. You know what I'm saying? Accept this wisdom, bro, for real. There's some people, if you look at them, they will automatically know that you know what they do, and they will want to take you out. And this is the truth, bro. My videos bring awareness, bro. Follow me.
That's why when you can walk into certain rooms, you can read the room, you can feel energies, you can feel people slithering around that mug with the wrong intentions. It's a reason why you can be in a room and you can feel somebody like feeding off of your energy. You know, like you get to the point where you can you're just the best at reading the room. You can taste the energy. You know what you need to be around, but you always know yourself and know where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to that point where people are really like honing in to their senses. We're getting back to it. Just like the animals know when a storm is coming, it's kind of similar. You know, their senses are heightened and we're evolving. Some people aren't evolving. That's why they can't feel certain things and they can't identify like we can identify with certain things. It's because they're not evolving. They're part of the program. They're the NPCs that's trying to keep you away from ascending. Let's keep going, y'all.
What is that? Hey, what is that? Do you see that, man? Is that the aliens? What is that?
That's not alien. That's military, for sure. It's not alien.
What is that?
said somebody call somebody. It's a military thing, yo. I'm telling you, technology is crazy. Don't be frightened by this. There's way more other shit that you should be afraid of.
What is that? Aliens? Oh, I'm not even. I don't know. We've made contact.
Hey, that thing is badass though, right?
Yo, can somebody explain to me what the hell is that? Where is it? What is that, yo? That thing is not moving. That looks like a flying saucer. What is that? The thing is just not moving at all in the sky. Come closer, you alien.
If that shit pull up on, he's running. Stop saying shit that you don't want to happen to you. Tough guy.
We know in science that there's more than one dimension. This is what they say now. All of them say it. There's more than one dimension. My question is, do you not think there might be something living in that dimension? This is where the dangers of technology like CERN we don't fully understand. I think they may be opening wormholes to parallel dimensions where that demonic realm may be able to come into our realm with their powers. The power to shapeshift, the power to travel faster than the blink of an eye and bring you back objects. We know this from Solomon. They helped Solomon construct his temple. He used to command the demonic realm to jump into the deepest parts of the ocean and bring out pearls the size of tennis balls. He decorated his temple with these jewels. We know that they can shapeshift from the story of Cain. We know that they can inspire thought and attack us, what you would call telepathy, to project thoughts into our minds. That little cartoon with the angel and the devil on your shoulder, that's real. They follow us everywhere we go. They know how we think, they know what we talk, they know what we speak. It's that thought that you think is yours. It's not.
The black sheep of the family eventually becomes the goat of it. For some reason, it always seems like the person that's the most looked over is the person that makes the biggest moves.
Y'all know that portal in Michigan? I'm gonna try to put all these little pictures and stuff up of the VMAs. This crazy. Hold on. Okay, I want y'all to look at this. Now, I just did a video and I was talking about how there will begin to be sightings and things like UFOs. Please go watch that video because it's going to make sense. This happened at the VMAs. Her name is Sabrina Carpenter. And see, I be loving the creators, but y'all be wanting it too bad. Y'all want it too bad. Now this is the best picture that I could put up here. This is what the visual of what Katy Perry came out with. I'm gonna go down the lyrics of what her lyrics is during this set that she did on the VMA. Some of the lyrics said, "You could be the devil or you could be an angel." This is a portal, okay? I want y'all to see this. This is a portal. Occult symbolism is so real, what happened at the VMAs. Now let's look at Detroit, Michigan, what they just found in the middle of a road or in the middle of an area in Detroit, Michigan. Ciao! Stop playing with me. At first it wasn't lit up, now they lighting it up. Stop playing with me. That's a portal. At first I was like, maybe not a portal.
Maybe some art.
But then I looked at the VMAs and I said, Sister Katie. And you know better, Katie. I'm going to leave you alone because we want you to come back. You know better, Katie. The last photo I would have put up on here is Taylor Swift. She wore a dress and it had UFOs all on it. Now, girlie, I know you didn't want to wear that dress. That was not your pick. Cause I'm a young lady and I don't want to walk around with no UFOs on my dress. I don't think no young lady want to wear a UFO on their dress.
That's an opinion,
Stop
though.
playing with me. Something is coming. They're trying to normalize. I told y'all the spirit realm. They are trying to literally bring that spirit world and merge it into our natural world, which I did a whole video. Please go see it because I did a better breakdown of what I'm doing. My emotions is I'm a little elevated right now because this blows me. It really, the symbolism, the occultism that actually takes place, and people are linking up and coming to agreement with it for money that you won't even be here the rest of your life to enjoy. Okay, you won't. I'm sorry. I said this in my other video. When it comes to the spirit realm and UFOs, it was something that people got laughed at. Matter of fact, they was trying for many years. People was having sightings of UFOs. I used to watch that TV show. I was supposed to be in bed, but I was watching the TV show about UFOs and how people would see sightings and all of a sudden people would go missing. And it was not talked about. That is something that they did not want people to come into a grips that this stuff is real. But that girl Sabrina, who over here playing and mouthing down because it was a demon. The alien, it's a demon. It's demons, y'all. It's demons. And Sabrina, ain't you new? You real new. So they breaking you in real good. They got you over here kissing an alien, what looks like an alien. Because they want to normalize it. They want people to begin to see and act like this is normal. Now y'all want to be real about the spirit realm because y'all know what's about to pop off. It's one thing to have symbolism and wearing the dress, but it's another thing to promote something like that. To promote kissing, and that's different. You different. Sabrina, you real different. You are. A whole gift wasted. I be hating that because Sabrina, you really could sing, girl. Your whole gift just wasted. Just wasted. Ooh. Y'all remember, symbolism is everything because it tells a story. We know that the laws, when the dark kingdom of darkness is, it has to be in front of you. You have to come into agreement with it. So a lot of times they're showing us symbols and things of that nature because you have to be able, it has to be in the forefront. You have to be aware, somewhat aware of it, but it's manipulation, it's trickery, it's falseness in it. I don't know what they are preparing for, but clearly they're preparing for something. Like never before, we've seen movies, these TV shows, all of this spiritual beings and spirits, and all of a sudden everybody jumping on that train. But years ago, that was unheard of. You was laughed at. It was laughiness when you talked about it. I'm telling y'all something. This world is not playing, and we must be spiritually alert to see what's really going on. A lot of us don't want to see. You want to think everybody making up stuff. You think I just made that up? I just gave y'all 2 pictures of 2 different portals. One girl on stage, and Katy Perry, bless your heart, you need to come back to God. You quit running because you're running. Sorry, y'all. That's the pastor kidding me. But she on stage with a portal, and now they didn't put who, and then who put that in Detroit? And why y'all do that? Why Detroit? Because we know who's up in Detroit. I'm going to leave that alone. I gotta leave it alone. If y'all think this is coinky dinky, wake yourself up. Shake yourself. I feel like TD Jakes today. Shake yourself. That's funny. All right, that's the video.
Do you guys remember this movie? Watch this.
That's right, Jackson. It's on the other side of the known universe.
information the probe sent back to us. Freeze and enhance. You can clearly see the gate on the other side. Both gates must have functioned as a doorway between our worlds.
These readings tell us it's an atmospheric match. Barometric pressure, temperature, and most importantly, oxygen.
So, the Gulf War started in 1990. This movie was made in 1994. I talked to my friend, who he could be making this up. I don't think he is. I had to ask. People kept asking me, asking this. They're telling me to ask questions. Ask him this question, ask him that question. How does he travel? If he's a time traveler, how does he travel? I asked him the question. He said he travels through a Stargate. Isn't that interesting? So I'd asked him, please indulge me with this Stargate. Now, either he knows things, you know, he studies, I don't know. But the Book of Enoch talks about 12 portals. There's 3 on the east, 3 on the west, 3 on the north, and 3 on the south. Seriously, it's in the Book of Enoch. It talks about 12 portals. It does. It's in there. Get the Book of Enoch, read it. The Gulf War started in 1990.
How y'all think that he was going seeing all these different places? Think it was flying on a UFO, or you think that they were walking through different gates to see different realities and places, and how this whole matrix is being run?
And they say in the community, in the UFO, in the community, paranormal community, that they were looking for a Stargate. All of a sudden, 1994, this movie comes out. Stargate. And I was fascinated by this movie. I don't know why, but I was drawn to it, and I watched it over and over and over again. I bought the movie. I bought several copies of them. I wore it out. I never heard of this story. I never heard of this. They were looking for a Stargate. I didn't hear about this until the last couple of years, that they had been looking for a Stargate. I never heard nothing about this, even with my ex being in the Gulf War, them looking for the Stargate. So all this is something I never heard about until now, like this couple years. But I was still drawn to this movie. So it's really weird. But then I find out about the situation with Close Encounters of the Third Kind movie. That, this is interesting, you guys, this is so crazy, that the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind is based on a true story. That there was real footage, 600 footage, real footage of a UFO landing at Holloman Air Force Base, that they were going to give, Pentagon was going to give to a documentary. A guy was making a documentary. I got the names and stuff. It's actually all documented. This is actual truth. So those of you who are saying, give me proof, you can find it. Google it yourself. It's on some documentaries. I'm not giving you all that information because that's too much information to put on here. The guy was promised, it was for Nixon's campaign.
Want to be reborn a boy or a girl? No, I don't want to be reborn at all. I want to go home right now, just as I am.
Well, that's impossible. You're between bodies right now. Look, you're a soul, a spirit. I'm telling you right now, the only way to get back is to be reborn. I got a problem with that?
I guess not.
Well, as I was saying, boy or girl?
Boy.
Okay, there's an Eskimo woman about to give birth.
No, I don't want to be an Eskimo.
Son of an African chief, you'll inherit 10 wives on your
No, I have a wife.
Okay, here's an interesting situation. Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills, great location.
No, East Coast, okay? East Coast.
Pool my trust fund. I would get you there in 3 months.
Can't wait.
You're really in a hurry, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, here comes Cleveland. It's about the closest thing I've got to Washington. There's a woman about to deliver there, Marlene Finch.
Fine.
Her husband's name is Roger, who's an elk.
Great.
He owns a first-class price.
I'll take it. Oh, okay. Oh, she's going into labor. You better hurry. How do we recognize each other? Don't worry. Go, go, go. Go. Whoa! Whoa! Wait a minute! Omar! You're shot! You got it! You need it!
Omar? What happened?
He had to run.
He had to run. And what, Omar? And what? And you forgot to give him his inoculation. Omar, he can't go through life without that.
Sally, please.
What if he remembers?
What an amazing video today, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video right here. Hopefully this sat somewhere within your mind, your heart, your soul, resonated something with you. You know, you got something from this. You know, in the comments down below, let me know if you are the black sheep in your family. You should be if you're watching this video. Or, you know, how are you navigating this world? Like, what's your mindset? How far have you come? What's your progression look like? You know what I'm saying? I'm just tapping in, checking in with y'all just to see how y'all doing. I'm gonna be in the comments scrolling, giving y'all hearts, man, listening to y'all stories, y'all testimonies and everything, because like I always say, man, we in this thing called life together, for real, man. And it's a good thing that we can get together virtually around the world and we can collaborate on these things, man, and put our minds together. I don't have all the pieces. You don't have all the pieces either, you know, but together we can put together the thesis. Bars. Look, y'all know I gotta say something corny before the video's up. But look, but at the end of the day though, real talk. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this, man. This is a safe space to get a lot of stuff off your chest. You know, it's hard to talk to people around you because they think that some of this stuff is just absolutely crazy. Is because they are afraid. They live in a perpetual state of fear, fight or flight. But what we're learning, we're stacking these levels. We're getting to step by step, climbing that ladder a little bit higher together, you know. But look, make sure y'all share these videos with your friends and your family, and y'all go ahead and subscribe, put those notifications on so you can see these videos as soon as they drop. But look, like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. I love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video, and I'm out though. Bye.